स्लाइड इधर दिखता ना, कोई दिक्कत नहीं है, फाइन। हेलो एवरीवन, गुड मॉर्निंग भरत, चिंटू, श्याम। इट्स रेनिंग श्याम। Join quickly. Good morning, everyone. Swati, Joshna, Sajid, Rutvika, Storm Gaming. From where you are keeping this name? Which games you play? Okay, so in the last class we were talking about hydrogen chapter, na? Can you tell me just the last heading which we put there? I think we were talking about coal gasification, na? Coal gasification. Pujitha, Sharanya, you were absent in the last class or what? Ishwar, Ishu. Okay, so I think we were talking about coal gasification, and at the same time that audio problem was there. Now, so I will write it quickly. Ki in the coal gasification part, we have written like this: ki first you will take coal and you will pass steam through it. So when you will pass steam through it, what will happen? You will get CO plus H2. This is only your water gas. This is what? Water gas. Okay, na? So this is known as your coal gasification. From the name only it is clear. What you are saying? Coal gasification means convert coal into gas. Convert coal into gas. So coal gasification. ठीक है? Coal means what? Coal, charcoal, coke. Everything is carbon only. In different composition you can say coal, charcoal, coke. All are carbon. ठीक है? So we have written this reaction coal gasification. From coal you make gas. Clear? Now one point is there ki we have studied in equilibrium chapter, that is your Le-Chatelier principle, syngas. Very good. So why it was known as syngas? Okay, no problem. Chalo, get well soon. Why it is known as syngas? So we wrote in the last class ki it is known as syngas because it is used in synthesis of methanol. ठीक है ना? And other hydrocarbons also. So mainly it was methanol. Okay? ठीक है. So come to the next part now. CO plus H2. Done. Now what? According to equilibrium Le-Chatelier principle, we know one thing, if we remove CO from here, then this reaction will move forward. If I remove CO from here, then this reaction will move forward. That is known as water gas shift reaction. Water gas shift reaction. What you have to do? This water gas reaction you have to shift. Listen carefully. Water gas reaction you have to shift. How you can shift that in forward direction? By Le-Chatelier principle. Remove CO. So remove CO from here and again treat this one with steam. What will happen now? CO will take one O. It will become CO2. And H, you are getting H2. So more hydrogen you will get. More hydrogen you will get. They will use one catalyst here. Can you see the name of the catalyst written there? Catalyst is your iron chromate. Am I correct? Catalyst is your iron chromate. So I think these parts we have seen. After this, again you can apply the same method. If I remove CO2, if I remove the CO2, reaction will move forward. So you can say here कि CO2 is removed by scrubbing with what is written? Sodium arsenite. arsenite. Now be careful, in some of the options they will write here sodium zincate, mainly in the Gosalite paper. ठीक है ना? Then you have to tick it as wrong. You have to use sodium arsenite. Clear? So done. So till this point, I think we have known everything. And finally, they are writing something here. Finally, conclusion ki 77% hydrogen I am getting from petroleum industry. ठीक है ना? Petroleum industry. Then they will say कि अरे 18% I am getting from where? Coal. Then they will say कि how much percent? Around 4% you are getting by electrolysis. Rest like this. This is written. ठीक है, fine, done. Enough. ठीक है. So now let's talk about physical properties. We will start from here now. Physical properties. So what are the physical properties of hydrogen? ठीक है ना? Colorless, odorless, tasteless. No taste is there. Who is going to eat hydrogen? Okay. So what we are saying कि it is your colorless, odorless, and what? Tasteless. But one biggest problem is there, you know, this is lighter than air also we say, but what is the problem? You know, it is highly inflammable. Highly inflammable means what? It will catch fire quickly. Okay? So what is happening? You know, hydrogen is very light gas. So in the aeroplane, plane, in the tire you can use hydrogen gas because it is very light. So it will help to the plane to fly. But what problem will be there? If some problem happens, it will catch fire and everything gone. So in place of hydrogen, they are also using helium. Helium, you can say second most lighter one, or you can say combination of both. That hot air balloons which are going up, they are using a combination of hydrogen and helium. Most of the part is helium, 80 to 90%. Very less amount of hydrogen they are keeping. Okay? So got this point? So hydrogen is replaced by helium. So these are learning based, but one point is there which is understanding based. Can you tell me hydrogen is polar or non-polar? Hydrogen is polar or non-polar? बताओ जल्दी. Hydrogen is polar or non-polar? Hydrogen is non-polar because En difference is 0. Because En difference is 0. If it is non-polar, this means what? It is insoluble in water. It is insoluble in water. Clear with this point? Okay, fine. Because we know that like dissolve like. Polar will dissolve in polar. So in water, polar substances generally dissolve. Clear this point? Now we will come to chemical properties. Chemical properties. Acha, chemical properties. So what we have said? We have already said this point. Ki hydrogen is inert at room temperature. Why it is inert at room temperature? Can you tell? Why it is inert at room temperature? Because bond energy. Rest people can also say the answer. Okay, be quick. Because of high bond energy. Among diatomic molecule, hydrogen is having one of the highest bond energy. So it is almost not reactive. ठीक ना? Room temperature तो no reaction. Then we have said this also, कि why bond energy is very high? Because of 1s overlapping. Because of 1s overlapping due to high what? Bond energy. Why bond energy is high? Because you are having 1s overlap. This you have studied now in chemical bonding. 1s overlap very strong. They have given you some data also in NCERT. What they are saying, you know, कि at room temperature, if reaction is not happening, no problem, I will increase the temperature. I will increase the temperature. How much they have increased? 2000 Kelvin. Now imagine 2000 Kelvin is very high. But then also, can you see the data of NCERT? Then also dissociation is very less. See, to do any reaction of hydrogen, first you will have to break hydrogen into hydrogen atom. ना, you know definition of ionization energy कि it is the energy required to remove an electron from isolated gaseous atom. Clear na? Isolated gaseous atom means you should have atom. For atom you will have to break it. Now this breaking energy is very high. We have written 436. ठीक है ना, 436 kilojoule per mole. In kilocalorie it will be around 104. ठीक है. So these data are given. Then they will say you कि if you give 5000 Kelvin na, then dissociation is there. How much dissociation? 95.5% dissociation. Now just imagine I want 5000 Kelvin temperature to break it. Very difficult. Now this temperature is given by electric arc, they are saying. ठीक है ना? So electric arc, or you can say like this कि hydrogen is decomposed by electric arc or under UV radiation. Now see, you have to get very high temperature, 5000 Kelvin. I cannot give this by burning coal. Very difficult. Burning wood. कि सर चूल्हा जलाएगा, you will burn stove and you will give this temperature. So you use electric arc. Means what? We give this temperature by electricity. ठीक है ना? And UV radiation. So after this what will happen? Hydrogen will break into atoms. After breaking into atoms, we know what we know. It can form ionic bond also, it can form covalent bond also. Means it can give electron, it can take electron, and it can also share electron. Is this point clear to everyone? So have we written that question कि hydrogen can form bond by, first option was by donating electron, second option was by gain of electron, and third option was by sharing electron. We have done this question. Batao? Yes or no? Am I audible? Acha, no. So I am writing this question. See here, hydrogen can form bond by, first option is there by loss of electron, second option is there gain of electron, third option is there sharing electron, and fourth option is there all of these. Okay, now you tell which is the correct answer. Visesha is saying 4, Chintu is also saying all, Syam is saying 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, Rutvika D, all. Correct. Now you know, because after loss of electron it will become H plus, gain of electron it will become H minus, sharing electron it does in HCl. Clear? Done. So now let's study some reactions. ठीक है, let's quickly study some reactions. What reactions we have to study? Like the first reaction they are writing कि reaction with किसके साथ बताओ? Halogen. Reaction with halogen. No problem, it will react. You take H2, you take X2, you will get HX. ठीक है, fine, very good. They will tell about the reactivity now कि who will react faster. What you will say? Fluorine, chlorine, bromine and iodine. They will say कि अरे fluorine reaction though it can take place in dark also, no problem. But for iodine, reactivity is very less and you require, what you require? बताओ, you require catalyst. Now this is your previous year question. They asked a question like this. What question they asked? कि which halogen react with hydrogen in presence of catalyst? What is your answer? Fluorine, chlorine, bromine and iodine. बताओ. What is the iodine? Iodine. Clear? So this thing they will say. Then they will say ki reaction with oxygen. Reaction with oxygen, no problem. H2 plus O2 will give rise to pani, water. Reaction is highly exothermic. This reaction only they are using in space to make water also. Clear with this point? Then you will do the next reaction. What reaction you will do? Batao. Reaction with whom? N2. What is the name of process? Haber's process. This reaction we write more than 50 times. So we remember the balance equation. In fact, N2 plus 3H2 will give rise to 2NH3. This is also very important. Delta H value, highly exothermic. They will say 92.6 kilojoule per mole. Is it clear? Now there is a question. I am doing here thermodynamics question also. See, there is a question in thermodynamics exercise. 10, 12 number question is there. They will ask there what you know. Huh? Ki they will give you the reaction and they will ask you ki tell enthalpy of formation of ammonia. Tell enthalpy of formation of ammonia. There you will see ki a formation. They will tell you this in thermodynamics. Don't worry. I am telling you now only ki generally formation is defined for 1 mole. Correct. So formation is generally defined for 1 mole. Here you are forming 2 moles. For 2 moles energy is this. So for 1 mole divide by 2. Rakesh, correct. Clear? So these reactions we have to take care of. Then they will give you the next reaction. Reaction with metal. They will say no problem. ठीक है ना? Reacts with metal at high temperature. Reacts with metal at high temperature to form hydride. ठीक है ना? Like suppose you are having M plus suppose I am taking example of alkali metal. Okay, I am taking example of alkali metal and you will take H2, so you will get MH, LiH, NaH. Now alkali metal hydrides are generally ionic. ठीक है ना? You know this point. We are going to write this in future also. कि stability of hydrides decreases down the group. एक तो लिख लो. Write at least one thing. कि stability of hydrides decreases down the group. Means if I ask you stability of LiH, NaH, KH, RBH, CSH, who is most stable? Quickly, जल्दी बताओ. Who is most stable? Before telling LiH. ठीक है ना? They will say size difference. See, cesium very big, hydrogen very small. So size difference is very more or very high. Clear? So got this point? Acha, there was one question asked this time in NEET 2023 from hydrogen chapter. Okay, it was a statement based question and question was like this, ki which statement is incorrect? Which statement is incorrect? And they have written 5 statements, out of which 2 were wrong. ठीक है ना? And we can tell that question answer today in the class itself. ठीक है ना? Just let me write the second point and then I will tell you कि what question was asked. ठीक है ना? What question was there. Clear? Done? Okay. So the next reaction, let's come to the next reaction once. Next reaction is your कि as a reducing agent. You can say कि hydrogen acts as a reducing agent. So they say like this कि hydrogen can reduce heavy metal, like you can write here copper 2 plus, Pd2 plus, like this. ठीक है ना? And or oxides, metal oxides below iron. They will write here in bracket below iron. Now listen one more point. Now this point, it may happen कि you have not studied. This you will study in electrochemistry chapter. There is a electrochemical series. There is hydrogen. There is something below. There is something above. ठीक ना? About this I have told you in last class also. So wait for some time. When you will study electrochemistry chapter, then these points will be clear. So this is the point. Now see here, generally what happens कि hydrogen can reduce whatever is below him. Like copper is here, Ag is here, like this Au is here. ठीक है ना? So hydrogen Fe3 plus is there. ठीक है ना? So these things can be reduced by, ठीक है ना, hydrogen. ठीक है? So now reaction is written there कि copper 2 plus H2. So it will reduce copper 2 plus to copper and itself oxidize to H plus. Pd2 plus is there. It can reduce Pd2 plus also to Pd and itself oxidize to H plus. If you talk about oxides, Fe, suppose you are having a Cu2O, copper only, then also it can reduce it to copper and itself get oxidized to water, you can say. Then they will give you in the option stannic oxide, ferric oxide. All these can be reduced. Now listen to the point which was in NEET 2023. NEET 2023. I am not writing all the options. I am writing the incorrect one only. They ask like this कि which is incorrect. ठीक है? And one of the option was, I'm just writing the incorrect one. I'm telling you. One of the option was कि hydrogen bond energy is less. And second option was कि hydrogen can reduce metal oxide. Metal oxide more reactive than iron. Below iron means what? Less reactive than iron. And what they are writing here? More reactive than iron. This means what? Ki both are incorrect. Both are incorrect. So can you see these two statements were used there? ठीक है ना? Got this point? Is everything clear till this point? Then only we can move forward. This point is very important and more clear idea you will get from electrochemistry chapter. Is it fine? जल्दी से बताओ. Is it okay to everyone? ठीक है? ओके. सुप्रिया, जमीर, चिंटू, ऋत्विका, भरत. अरे श्याम, now it is not clear ना. They have removed the chapter from CBSE, but about NTA, NEET we don't know. Ramesh, Surya, Janvi, Pranati. Clear? So got the point? Now this will be more clear. This will be more clear when electrochemistry. So there is electrochemical series. Those who are less reactive than H plus, below it, that can be reduced. Mainly famous example is copper. Famous example is copper. This will come in metallurgy chapter also. Do you remember extraction of copper from low grade ores? They will write there leaching by bacteria or acid followed by reduction with hydrogen or scrap iron. Clear? So long term people can understand this easily. Long term means repeaters, those who have studied 11 and 12. Okay? So I am linking with everywhere. Clear? Hydrometallurgy example. So hope these all are clear. If you are done, if you understood, just give a like quickly. Okay? Like is very important. It motivates. Okay? And share with your friends. Okay? If you want to learn hydrogen chapter, periodic table, come here. Free. Okay, no problem. So let's talk about the next reaction. Next reaction very easy. Okay? So just take a look on this, and now we'll practice the NCERT questions also. Okay, so don't worry. We will practice NCERT questions also. Okay, clear? Okay. So now come to the next part. Next reaction is, you have studied this in organic chemistry, catalytic hydrogenation. You have studied this in electrochemistry, catalytic hydrogenation. You have studied unsaturated compound, put H2PD, H2 platinum, H2 nickel. Have you studied these things? They will say ki I am having vegetable oil. Vegetable oil means what? Oil from plant origin. They can also say here soya bean, cotton seeds. ठीक है ना? Written in example uses. Then you will put here H2 in presence of palladium, platinum, nickel, alkene chapter. Very good, Vivek. Then what will happen? You will get vanaspati ghee. ठीक है ना? This reaction also comes in that chapter. Which chapter बताओ? This reaction also comes in surface chemistry. Surface chemistry, there will be heterogeneous catalysis. Heterogeneous catalysis. So this is an example of heterogeneous catalysis. See, hydrogen is gas and catalyst is your solid. ठीक है ना? So this is an example of heterogeneous catalysis. Uzma. Clear? Okay, fine. So catalytic hydrogenation. Last example and the important one, because it is different. Hydroformylation of olefin. Olefin means what? Olefin is nothing else but alkene. So they have written like this, ki take any one alkene, they have taken a random alkene and then they are reacting this with H2 and CO. Clear with this point? And then what they are doing, they are making an aldehyde. So they have made this aldehyde. Is it clear? They have made one aldehyde. And you know this point, what? Ki aldehyde on reduction gives alcohol. Very good. Very good. So you are knowing this point. So this is your hydroformylation. First step is your hydroformylation, because you are adding here formyl group. Formyl group is what? CHO. You are adding here a formyl group. So hydroformylation, and this is undergoing reduction to give alcohol. So this is all about the chemical properties. Now you have to go and solve NCERT question. ठीक है ना? NCERT question you can solve 9.1. There they will ask you, tell the reaction. If hydrogen reacts with chlorine, then what is happening? Who is acting as oxidizing agent? Who is acting as reducing agent? Second question, hydrogen reacts with sodium. So we are practicing NCERT questions also. Acha, here only I will tell you one more point. Everyone listen carefully, very important. Periodic table chapter. Last 3 questions of exercise, compulsory for all. These 3 are objective questions in periodic table last, and a bit more conceptual. One question is based on metallic character, other question is based on non-metallic character. These 2 you can do. Third question based on oxidizing property. So this requires a bit more knowledge, but you have the solution and everything you can see from there. So anyhow, you have to complete last 3 questions of periodic table exercise. 3 objective questions. Clear? Okay, chalo, theek hai, fine. So now come back. So in the NCERT question, what they are saying, H2 will react with Cl2, Na, and then also they are saying it will react with suppose Cu2O. then you have to tell ki in which case it is acting as oxidizing agent and which case it is acting as reducing agent. So no problem, you will say like this, here I am getting HCl, here I am getting NaH, here I am getting Cu and H2O suppose. So just check the oxidation state. From 0 you are going to +1. Here from 0 this is hydride, so you are going in -1. From 0 you are going in +1. So can you tell where you are acting as oxidizing agent and where you are acting as reducing agent? So here you are acting as reducing agent, reduces other and itself oxidized. Here you are acting as oxidizing agent, oxidizes others and itself reduced. Here you are acting as reducing agent. So go and read this solution. Is it clear? Is it clear? Now we have to write the uses. Now see, generally we say ki bhai uses to you do on your own. You are saying Srinivas Reddy 2 3 what you are saying? Oxidizing agent. 3 check 3 once. From here you are getting +1 you are reduced to 0. So wrong na? Third one is not oxidizing agent. Are you able to understand this? Take some time and try to understand. Take some time and try to understand. Now see, uses generally we say कि you do on your own. ठीक है ना? Uses generally you do on your own. Weekend syllabus, it is still hardness of water. Rakesh and rest people also. Weekend syllabus they have given you, I think. It is still hardness of water. ठीक है? 2 exams are there this time, I think. Okay? So uses you will write on your own, or at last if I will have some time I will tell you. Clear? Check out the uses once. They will write the same thing, nothing more new things are there. Okay? Clear? Otherwise you can write also quickly कि it is used in production of. I am writing few steps only, okay? Otherwise time constraint, production of HCl, HNO3, ठीक है ना, nitrogenous fertilizers. I am writing many points in the same point. Nitrogenous fertilizers, and they will say what? And they will say metal hydrides. So in this single point we have covered 3 points of NCERT. In this single point we have covered 3 points of NCERT. So don't worry, Durga Prasad, they will send in the group today or tomorrow, by tomorrow. Don't worry. Okay? So this is one of the uses. Second big use, you know, syngas. It is used in preparation of methanol. So this part is also written there. They will write there cobalt is used as a catalyst. Cobalt catalyst. So this reaction is there. Okay, na? Methanol preparation, syngas. That's why we call this as syngas. Third point is also there. It is used as a reducing agent. We have seen now copper 2+. Okay, na? Copper 2+, and you can use here CuO also. Copper 2. This is oxidation state 2. Okay? So reducing nature we have studied. 2 points are new. Fourth point I will write here, used as rocketry fuel. Rocketry fuel. Okay, na? You will study or you will see in the news also. Now we are having Chandrayaan 3. You saw the news? Chandrayaan 3. So there where when you will see the video, na, go and check the video today. It will be more interesting. They will say here different types of engines were there. Okay, na? They will say like this, ki initially there was one engine which was having solid propellant. Okay, na? Means the fuel is solid. Then they will say ki after 100 seconds they have started the liquid engine. Means what? Ki the fuel is in liquid form. Then they will say ki after 300 seconds they have again changed the engine. Now they are using cryogenic engine. Okay, na? Starting of cryogenic engine and all. You go and check that. Okay, na? That is very interesting. So you can see ki we are using hydrogen in the fuel also. Generally it is used with hydrazine. Hydrogen and hydrazine is used. ठीक है ना. So these things are there and different thing velocity are there. There is a benefit of using different engines, like they say it is a bit difficult to control solid propellant, ठीक है ना. Speed is less but difficult to control. Then second thing they say liquid propellant speed is very high. So when you will check the video now, you will find that initially the Chandrayaan was going at a speed of 1600 kilometer per hour, but after the starting of a liquid engine, the speed was increased to 6000 7000 kilometer per hour. ठीक है ना. So these things are there. You go and check the video once and tell me in the next class. ठीक है. And the last important use, the fifth one, acha, you can use in fuel cells also. They will say last important use, I am interested only in this. ठीक है ना. This is what for welding. Welding they will say, for wedding नहीं for welding. ठीक है ना. Don't say for wedding you are using hydrogen gas. ठीक है ना. We are saying what? Welding. ठीक है ना. Welding and they will say कि oxy hydrogen torches. ठीक है. Oxy hydrogen torches. We are mainly interested in welding. So see what happens in welding, you know, reverse reaction. Do you remember this part कि hydrogen you will break. How much temperature we were giving? बताओ यहाँ पे बताओ. How much temperature we were requiring? 5000 na. 5000 temperature we gave. 5000 Kelvin temperature we gave here. It dissociated into 2H. Is this clear? Is this clear to everyone? 5000. Now what will happen? We are doing reverse. Suppose I have to weld. Suppose this is one metal piece, this is other metal piece. ठीक है ना. I want to do welding. Then what I will do now? They are saying do reverse. Means what? You know, when you will break a bond, energy is given. When you form a bond, energy is released. So what they are saying, कि initially you gave 5000. Listen carefully, very interesting thing. What they are saying, कि initially you give 5000 and you break. Clear? Hydrogen atom. Clear? Now what you have to do, take this atom, bring it here and put here. Hydrogen. Now what will happen? Jaldi batao. Now what will happen? They will start forming bond. When they will start forming bond, energy released. And this energy helps to gain 4000 Kelvin temperature. Finally, at this temperature, everything will melt and they will connect. Clear with this point? Dekh lo. Is this okay? So only this point we have to understand. Otherwise, every point, so you are very good at it. Out of NCERT telling Indrakaran. Are you still there? Clear? Okay, fine. Now come to the next part. So now our next heading is your hydride. Next heading is your hydride. Clear with this point? Done? So hydride, very important topic. This year we can expect question in NEET 2024. See, a stability question already asked, bond energy question already asked. So in NEET 2024 we can expect question from hydrides. ठीक है ना. So let's see. They will tell कि we are having three types of hydrides mainly. What you are knowing बताओ. Ionic or saline or what they are saying, salt like. What they are saying बताओ. Salt like hydrides. Salt like hydrides. What is the second one? Second one is your covalent or molecular hydrides. ठीक है. And third part is what बताओ. Third part is your non-stoichiometric or they are saying what? Interstitial hydrides. What they are talking about? Interstitial hydrides. Is it clear? Acha, what is hydride? They are simply saying it is a binary compound. Binary compound means what? Two elements, out of which one element is hydrogen, other your choice. ठीक है ना? So binary compound of hydrogen and other element. Clear? Now we will write here only this is mainly formed by S block elements. This is mainly formed by P block elements. This is mainly formed by D and F block elements. Clear? S block means group. Correct, correct. Jamir, correct. Writing correct. Is it clear to everyone? Theoretical things, but I told you कि we will discuss everything so that you remember for a longer period of time. Otherwise, what you will have to do? You will have to sit on your own, read line by line, because we cannot leave the chapter, na? Anyhow, you have to read it. Anyhow, you have to read it. So it's better to discuss here. Is it clear? Now let's start with ionic hydride. ठीक है? So ionic hydride. You know S block hydride, ionic S block hydrides are ionic. ठीक है ना? Example you will see NaH, CaH2. अच्छा, CaH2 is also known as hydrolith. ठीक है ना? Hydrolith they will say. So Na plus H minus, Ca2 plus H minus, like this. But what you will find na कि LiH BH2, smaller one. Fajans rule you have studied in chemical bonding now. Listen, Fajans rule you have studied now in chemical bonding. MgH2 have significant covalent character. In fact, they are saying कि these two form क्या बताओ? Polymer. These two form polymer. You remember this? Correct, Janvi. These two form polymer. ठीक है? Like, share, subscribe. चलो ठीक है. Is it good? ठीक है, चलो ठीक है, fine, nice. ठीक है, see, anyhow we have to learn the things and we have to score marks. If anyhow we get 600 plus and we get NEET seat, life is good. ठीक है, so chill, don't take so much tension. Okay, चलो fine. So we are talking about ionic hydride. Now there is next property, very important property. They will say, what they will say, you know, कि they are non-volatile. Volatile means what? Volatile means it will vaporize easily. So now we are knowing here there is ionic bond. There is what? Ionic bond. Ionic bond is there. Ionic bond very strong. So very strong. So what will happen? It will not vaporize easily. So non-volatile. They will say crystalline and non-conductor. Non-conductor. Non-conductor they are saying. But non-conductor in which phase? In solid state. If you will melt it, or if you will dissolve it in molten form, it behaves as a क्या? जल्दी बताओ. In molten form it behaves as dash. ठीक है? It behaves as conductor. Clear with this point? Done? Okay, fine. So ठीक है, fine. Don't just listen here. Don't fight among yourself. One target only we have to see. NEET, nothing else. ठीक है ना? So fine. हाँ, in new NCERT many things have been deleted. In CBSE also, ठीक है ना, they are telling कि syllabus deleted, but about NTA and NEET we don't know ना. That's why we are studying. And this chapter have been deleted last year only from CBSE syllabus, but this year only paper came, question came. So chances are very less of deletion of these topics. If they will delete also, they will ask you in section B. Leave it, leave it, leave it. Ignorance is bliss. ठीक है? So in molten form, it behaves as conductor. Is this clear to everyone? Done. Okay. Now, do you remember that point? In the first class only, beginning, I told you. What I told you? From H minus. From H minus also you can get hydrogen by electrolysis. You remember this point? H plus, electrolysis, hydrogen. H minus, electrolysis, hydrogen. Both on electrolysis can give hydrogen, but one happens at anode, one happens at cathode. So H minus gives hydrogen at dash. Which electrode? Jaldi batao. H minus I am talking about which electrode? Quickly. H minus. Suppose we have taken the molten form and we are doing electrolysis. H minus will give H2 at, very good, very good, very good, anode. Anode is the positive terminal, so it attracts the negative. If H plus is there, then you can say ki H plus to bhai cathode. Everyone knows that. But be careful with this point. I am telling you, those who will not attend the lecture, they will confirm do mistake. They will think, arey, reduction, cathode. But we have to tell about oxidation. Okay. A few more reactions are there. Like see, this reaction also you can tell. Suppose you have NaH. Suppose you have NaH and I am putting water in this. Now can you tell the product? Largest anion I minus. Syam, largest anion I minus. I have told you that in the next class only कि I minus is slightly bigger than H minus. ठीक है? And the target of writing that was that कि H minus is comparatively bigger, very big, more than Br minus. ठीक है? So you can think like this: Na plus H minus. Here what you are having? H plus and O minus. So connect plus minus. So what you will get? H2. H2. At Na plus and OH minus will connect to give NaOH. So these reactions we can remember. Generalize it. Ki hydride in water gives hydrogen gas. Hydride, ionic hydride, more clearly you can say ionic hydride in water gives hydrogen gas. Okay, two more reactions. Very famous compound of organic chemistry. You remember LiAlH4, NaBH4. Do you remember these things? Batao. Do you remember these things or not? So you will get LiAlH4 and LiCl. Here you will get LiBH4. Similarly, you can also, if you are using sodium, you can get NaBH4 also. These are very strong reducing agents. You know these points? These are very strong reducing agent. Organic chemistry, very important. So they are saying that hydride can react with these compounds also and it can form reducing agent. So read it once. Now this is all about ionic halide, ionic hydrides. Now we will move to covalent. Covalent can be divided into three parts. First of all, you can say here by P block, we have said these are volatile because covalent bond is there, na? So these are volatile. ठीक है ना? And then you can say you can divide this into three parts. That is your electron deficient, electron precise, ठीक है? Electron precise, and third one you can say electron rich. ठीक है? So this is formed by what? P block only, but which group? 13 group. 13 group. This is formed by 14 group. This is formed by 15, 16, 17 group. By the name only it is clear. We don't have to do anything. Just see the name, bro. By seeing the name only, what you can say, electron deficient means octet incomplete. Electron precise. Precise means what? Exact 8. Exact octet. Here what you will say? More than octet. Electron rich. So these are incomplete octet, you can say. Acha, so you can also tell them Lewis acid, or you can also say electron acceptor. What you can say here? Here you can say expanded octet, or you can say like this key. It will act as, don't say expanded octet because few examples are there. We can say Lewis base, electron donor. Here we can say octet complete, exact. So examples are like this. B2H6. You know B2H6 is dimer of BH3. So only 6 electrons we have. ठीक है ना? When you will come here, CH4, SiH4, all are having 8 electrons. Here you can put these things. NH3. See lone pair. They have at least one lone pairs like NH3. Pani. How many lone pairs are there? Jaldi batao. In water, how many lone pairs are there? 2. In HF, 3. Clear? So you can clearly see here, these are deficient, these are just precise, and the rest one is rich. Now again, let's go to NCERT now. Very important hydride, I am saying you, this year we can expect question. Pranati. Okay. Now come to again NCERT question. NCERT 9.2, they will say, what they will say, batao? You know, in these compounds we have hydrogen bonding also. So NCERT 9.2 is your homework. You are sitting at home, go and read this question. Clear? You can read 9.3 also, which is based on the compound ki pH 5 does not exist. Why? Keep this in mind, pH 5 does not exist. Clear with this point? So in the next class, we are going to study about interstitial hydrides and water. Target is to reach till hardness of water. Is it clear? So done? So what we studied today, let's take a quick recap. Now, first we said coal gasification. What is the reactant in coal gasification? Coal. Clear, na? Then we said water gas shift reaction. Correct, Syam. So it is written in the solution ki if you will find on the basis of molecular weight, they will have a very less boiling point. But what? But hydrogen bonding is there. Due to hydrogen bonding, boiling point is very high. Can you understand what I am saying now? They will ask you what pH 5 exists or not. They will say ki due to high bond atomization energy. Clear? ठीक है? Okay, ठीक है, fine. So done? ठीक है? So you just tell me quickly, saline hydrides are made up of which block? Saline hydrides are made by which block elements? Saline hydrides. S block. And do you remember two S block hydrides which form polymer? BeH2 and MgH2. Clear? Very good. So enough for today. Thanks everyone. Bye-bye. And this is the QR code. So if you are interested in studying hydrogen chapter, study this and tell your friends also so that they can also take the benefit. Okay? So hope you got all these things. Practice more questions. See NCERT. We have copied everything of NCERT. Nothing left. Okay. So if you read these notes also, na, NCERT done. Okay. चलो वेरी गुड. भरत, दुर्गा प्रसाद, चिंटू, ऋत्विका, जानवी. Just comment so I can read all the names once. श्रवण, कृष्णा, जमीर, भरत, उजमा, स्ट्रॉम गेमिंग, साजिद, शरण्य, श्रीनिवास, श्याम, रामू, श्रीनिवास रेड्डी, कुसुमा, शीला, कविता, विशेष्य. ठीक है. चलो सूर्या, पूजिता, हेमलता, अगेन श्रीनिवास. चलो ठीक है. थैंक्स एवरीवन. बाय बाय फॉर टुडे. एंजॉय.